Introducing our team to Connecterra. Connecterra, they're the winner of the Best Startup at Web Summit pitch last year. Connecterra developed a sensor widely known as Fitbit for cows. This sensor, it can detect various behaviors and provide farmers with health insights, thus to improve animal health. Ladies and gentlemen, Connecterra.
Thank you very much. So in this world, we're going to have 9 billion people by 2050. This means that in order to feed all these people, we're going to have to increase food production by 60% roughly. So at Connecterra, we want to solve this problem sustainably. Let's take the dairy industry. That's where we're starting off with. Milk is a key source of protein and nutrients for our bodies. But how do you get more milk? More cows is not the answer. It's actually more milk from fewer cows. That's more sustainable. So how do you get more milk from fewer cows? Well, the number one driver for this is actually animal health. It's the difference between 10 kilos of milk per cow per day or 40 kilos. And how do you improve that? Well, a farmer tells us they need to spend more time on their cows. They need to increase labor. We need to decrease that labor and watch those cows 24/7, and that's actually where we come in. I'll come back to that later. Then we need better farm education. The farmer knowledge varies region by region, and not every farmer knows how to increase the health of their herd. So our solution is actually this device. We developed a Fitbit for cows, that's how you could call it. And what it does, it has a 3D accelerometer in here, and by using deep learning algorithms, we can see if the cow is walking, if it's standing, or if it's eating, ruminating, etc. It sits on the neck of the cow. And we then process this information in the cloud. That's where the core of our product is. And we can convert those actions, and we can learn the actual individual behavior of the cow. And by learning that, then you can see whenever it changes, there's a reason for it, and we generate insights, and we send those to the farmer. So farmers tell us they don't want more data. They don't want graphs that they need to analyze. They actually want insights. They want actionable insights. They want to know what happened, how it happened, and what they can do about it. And that's what we provide. We designed a clean and intuitive interface that's anything else than the farming industry has ever seen before. So far, we've been working on this for about 1.5 years. We've made great progress. We're not launched yet, but we already have 10,000 cows in the trial pipeline with committed customers. And we're talking to a very large dairy brand that I'm sure you guys all know. They have 177,000 farms in their management. And with a 94% gross margin expected by year 3, it's a really healthy business. So let's talk about the market opportunity. There's 1.5 billion cows on this planet. It's a lot of cows. 270 million of that are in the EU and US alone. The savings for a farmer with only one of the features that we provide can already be $250 per cow per year. And this is research validated. With all the other features we provide, that can be even more. Then only 20% of the farmers today actually use any kind of technology to keep the track of the health of the herd. And so there's an 80% white space. That's a huge opportunity for us. Then competition. We're kind of the Tesla versus the Lada. The competitors, they sell you this product, this hardware product. There's upfront costs. There's no upfront cost for our product. There's a try-buy sales, try-buy pay-as-you-go model where it's a subscription-based. And we get better every couple months because our core is actually in the cloud. We roll out new features. The competitors, you buy the hardware, you're kind of stuck with it for 5 to 10 years until you have to refresh the hardware. Then we have a great team to pull this off. We have credentials from Microsoft, Stanford University, PhD in Bayesian reasoning, machine learning, previous startup experience, and also an industry expert. then we're not doing this alone. We have leading dairy research institutes that help us out and validate our product. So please help us feed the world by 2050, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Are you sure you don't want to continue? We have
No,
5
that's
more
enough.
minutes.
That's all right. I think I've explained enough, and the questions are more important. This is my colleague Niels Molenaar. He's going to help out. He's also the farm expert, and yeah, so hit it off.
Judges?
Why are you here?
Why are we here at this conference? Well, we were actually invited, and so I think for us it's an opportunity to also contact with potential hardware manufacturers. Something I forgot to mention is that we're launching this product at the end of the year. We're not launched right now, we're in trial, and so by the end of the year, we're going to need to produce by then or next year, we're going to need to produce a lot of hardware. And there's a lot of hardware manufacturers here that are very specialized, so that could be potential cooperation for us.
Jerry?
So we all know that the cows move very slowly. And how do you detect the movement, and how do you, the data must have been very, very noisy, I guess.
So this is where our data scientists come in, right? We have this accelerometer on the neck of a cow, and we use these complicated deep learning algorithms, and they do this for us. So we actually tell the algorithm what is going on, and they try to find patterns in this data. So the trick is that all the nuances we get from the data that as a human we wouldn't understand, these algorithms can. So even with all the noise and all the stuff going on, these algorithms are very accurate at finding out what a cow is actually doing.
I mean, do you use gyroscopes or like accelerometers or
Yeah,
Both.
it's
Yeah.
both.
off the shelf?
Yeah.
And you're able to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, another question, how about liability? What if you do that and you get the wrong data and it turns out that you get the wrong diagnosis of the cows, and whether your partners or maybe it's the farmers that come around and sue you because it caused them loss? How do you prevent that?
So currently we also have algorithms in place to detect that something is wrong. So in a sense that we understand when it's on a cow, and we understand when behavior is as expected, and if something else is going on, then we know this as well. So we actually can mention to the farmer that something is wrong, that it's not as expected before it goes wrong as well.
And at the end, it's actually also, we might say that this cow has a foot problem. That's what we detected. We show them why we detected it. So we actually show the graphs where it's based on.
My question is more like, what if the cow doesn't have any problem and you say that it has problem?
At the end, the farmer is going to manually inspect the animal. And if they find out there's nothing wrong, I mean, he knows cows, right?
Doesn't that damage your reputation? And they'll just cut the package and cut the subscription?
Our system is actually self-learning. So if it's incorrect, if he finds a wrong detection, he can actually say that to the system, and it will self-learn. It will adjust, because maybe the farmer has different practices that are different from other farms, maybe from the most farms, and it will adjust itself.
So let's say you have to do clinic trial, right? Basically, right? So how many cows times how many days of data do you think that you will need before you can roll out like grand scale or?
So currently we're working on this trial with a university, which is a university that's specialized in agriculture. So we're involved with researchers, lecturers, and veterinarians. And they're actually proposing this for us, right? So we're asking them what can we do and how do we need to do this. So we use their knowledge to set up the trial, but still we expect to be commercial by the end of the year. So that is all done before we go commercial.
And so generally, how many cows?
I don't know the answer by heart. I'm not a data scientist.
Okay.
If you need the answer, I can get you into contact with them.
Okay.
I have a question. Actually, I have two questions. Like, why did you guys decide to do this? And then number two, like, what's your background? What's your connection to the industry? And number two, I don't think either me nor Wayne really understood how you're giving this away. When you said your competitor charges, 5 figures for the same product, and how are they doing, by the way?
Okay, so the first question was, sorry.
How does your background or
Okay.
your team's
And
background
why are we
relate
doing
to this?
All right. All right, so why are we doing this? It's a huge opportunity. It's in the farming industry, especially the dairy industry as well, is very underserved with the newest technology. Right now, our competitors, for instance, they have a pedometer that sits around
30
the ankle,
seconds.
ankle of the cow, and then they will only show you the data. They don't interpret the data. So there's a lot of data that's unused. So we want to help the farmers not go through that data, but actually get something out of it. My background is design. His background, he worked at farming companies, and then we have a lot of technological. We have partners that know a lot about dairy.
And how are you giving this away for free? Like
No.
it didn't make
We have a
sense.
subscription-based model. So
But the initial thing is free. So you're
it
gonna give.
is free. Yeah, you pay per cow per month, and you will just get the hardware and all the base station, everything. Yes.
Time's up.
All right.
Thank you, Connecterra. Ladies and gentlemen, please
Very
give a
much.
round of applause to Connecterra.